Good morning, just woke up and about to go to work. Show my workplace a minute. You see the cars here backed up, just backed right up. You know, just people sitting in traffic getting fatter and sicker just on the city, and a lot of these people have a little small commute. Let's go to my office. I ride to work every day. I've never had a driver's license. Let's talk about Sepp Kuss and the Giro. A few highlights here. All right, we're about to enter my office and boom, here we are. Trees. I'm a YouTuber. This is now at work. I'm officially at work now, all right? I'll slow down so the audio is better quality. And we are in my office. Welcome to Duran Rider's office on the road. Sepp Kuss. And she knew me. Sepp Kuss was, that's the arrogance there for me. Sepp Kuss and his derailleur issues there, putting his hand on his back of his bike there. Man, that's some skill. Obviously he's got some skill, but very dangerous maneuver. But it just goes to show he has the correct mindset of you gotta do whatever it takes. You know, if it's risking losing your hand, risking losing your life, that's what it takes to be a pro rider up front, okay? It's all about risk. You know, he understands if he stops, it's like, that's the mentality of a pro, is like, you can't stop, you gotta keep going. You know, you stop when the bike doesn't work anymore. Otherwise, you know, just forward motion. So what do I think of it? Let me cough out some gunk. It just highlights how the quality of the parts these days is junk, man. It's junk. Like the new SRAMS stuff, you know, I've ridden it, and it's just like, it shifts so slow compared to SRAM Red Mechanical, which was an incredible group set, okay? That SRAM Red Mechanical stuff is just, I love it, man. I love the SRAM. But the new stuff, do a body fat check, you know, the new stuff is just, it's no good. It's heavy. It's the heaviest SRAM Red group set they've ever done. It's clunky, it shifts slow. It's, man, like, it's fine if you're just cruising around, but if you're a racer, man, the SRAM stuff today is shit. The latest new stuff road is crap. Mechanical SRAM, I would rate as one of the best group sets ever made for racing. You know, actually, mechanical SRAM probably is the best group set ever for racing because it's the lightest. It shifts so fast, and if you're the everyday rider, it's so cheap. It's so affordable now for everyone, pretty much. In a Western sort of, you know, getting a Western level income, it's just amazingly affordable. It's crazy. And the bikes of the Giro this year, they're garbage, man. Like the latest Cannondale, it's like, oh my God, it's like, it's so freaking heavy, and it just looks so, not the word cheap, but just like, it just looks fake, you know, like it's just same with the new Pilarello and stuff. It just, they're ghastly looking bikes. I love Cannondales, you know, I've got the real Cannondales, the real ones, the light ones, the ones without mountain bike brakes in the road fork, you know, just the CAD 3s, CAD 4s, up to CAD 12s and rim brake options. They're insane bikes, man. Even like a CAD 3. You can pick up a CAD 3 with Dura-Ace or 9-speed Ultegra for a couple $100. It's a fucking legit bike, man. All right? Now here's the thing is, a lot of people buy bikes that aren't properly maintained or properly serviced, and so their cycling experience with an old bike is very poor. But if you've got like a pro mechanic, you know, someone like me, who I'll call myself a pro rim brake bike mechanic, especially the old stuff, because it's just so easy to freaking work on that. Dog's like, fuck you and your rim brake propaganda, Duran Rider. He doesn't like it. He likes the Dentist Aero disc brake bikes. I like the Dentist bikes from 10 years ago, the rim brake options. They're so cheap now. You get such good deals. Yeah, you got people out there who buy them and flip them until the price is up for some, but look for the ones that actually do sell. They're very affordable. So the older Cannondales, man, they just ride so freaking nicely. You know, they just ride incredible, man. All those, you know, Tour de France bikes from yesteryear, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago even. You know, 25 years ago, the Tour de France bike is still a kick-ass bike, man, you know. And people, so you see the virgins on the virgins on the cycling forum, they're like, oh, everyone's clean now, they're going faster because the bikes are more aero. They're just so fucking naive, man. And then the motherfuckers out there who paid $20,000 in Australia for an SL7. They think, oh, it's more aero. Aero's better than white. Well, why don't you get a 105 on your group set then? Oh no, lightweight's important. You just said aero's more important. Those bikes aren't more aero, man. They look more aero, But until you look at the spokes, okay? Until you look at the spokes, okay? It's like the 400-pounder out there who does the selfie like that, holds the camera like that to make himself look slimmer. It's like, okay, but keep going down and you'll see, you know, the extra spokes and the rotors, the pizza cutters on your road bike. Durno, tell us something new. But that's the problem with people like you, is the industry puts out good shit like Shimano 7800 or SRAM Red Mechanical, and it's out there for 5 years, and you're like, I want something new. And it's like, why? This shit's good enough. Why you want to chuck it to landfill or waste more resources getting something new? And this stuff's fucking legit. Yeah, it's fucking legit. And that's the problem, is the consumerism drives this bullshit product. And for a point there, the product was getting better every year, like, you know, it's marginally better and better. And then it stopped when Peter Sagan was paid over €1,000 by Specialized. Was it 2018 Tour de France? To ride disc the whole tour, and then all the, disc brakes must be the new thing, let's jump on that. And then they just fucking fisted the bike industry, the road bike industry in a bad way. That's my comments and criticism. Sepp, Kuss, boom, reinforcing what I say about this new tech. And the Dura-Ace 12-speed Shimano, I had a Groupset, one of those. I was one of the first people in Australia to get one last year in February 2022. And I bought it, took it home. I was like, I should put this in the gravel bike. And I was like, oh, it's fucking heavy, isn't it? And I'm like, this is going to be heavier than the 11-speed Dura-Ace I have already on my gravel bike. Why am I going to add weight to my bike? And it's going to cost me, you know, $5,500 Aussie or whatever. So I sold it for $6,000 to a local rider. He was stoked, and it's a win-win. But it's just, you know, it's not like, you're doing right, you can't afford it. I can't afford it. I don't have any kids. I earn great money every year. Talking in my freaking iPhone. I don't have any kids, so I've got over 60 high-end bikes. Okay. When I buy my properties, I turn up on my bicycle, and the agents are like, oh, hey mate, it's not a rental. This is actually a property purchase today. Like, yeah, I know. What do you do for a job? You know, they just think I'm just some crackhead, and I guess I look like that. And I pay cash for my properties, so I can pay whatever I want for my bike life. The new stuff is just crap. All the guys I know who ride the latest stuff, they're like, yeah, you know, it's pretty shit. I've even known guys who work in the industry for over a decade quit because they're like, the new bikes, the new road bikes, are just so shit. I don't like my job anymore. I'm out, you know. And I couldn't work in a bike shop now because the new road bike stuff's just garbage, you know. It's garbage, and there's no options. There's no real options, is there, for people who want a really nice bike, brand new, in a mainstream bike shop, unfortunately. And it's not the bike shop's fault. It's the industry's fault. It's the ECI's fault. It's the marketing. It's the social media influencers who fucking sell out and promote this bullshit product. And it's got an old Olmo rim brake. It's a cool bike. But yeah, anyway, that's the deal. Keeping it real here. If you appreciate real videos, no script, unfiltered, genuinely unfiltered content, give the video a like, hit a subscribe if you want that, or hit unsubscribe and come back anyway tomorrow. Peace. So you can see how many people on the bike path right now. There's a little trickle here compared to the banked up traffic. And by the way, Peter Sagan wasn't €1,000, over €1 million. And it's not just SRAM Red, it's SRAM Force, Rival, Apex. There's stuffs, the 11-speed, 10-speed mechanical stuff just fucking works. It shifts faster than the EFAP, etc. The E-Tap, I've got E-Tap, and you know, I was sponsored that, and I'm appreciative of that, and it's cool. It's good stuff. It's lightweight, but you know, it's soon to be eventually landfill because getting spare parts for E-Tap stuff, it just sort of, planned obsolescence or whatever. And I don't think that we should be bringing that stuff to the cycling industry personally. So whilst I'm appreciative of the free stuff that I get given and tested and asked for my opinions, I think we're, let's go back to the good shit, man. Let's go back to the good days of society and bicycle mechanics and bicycle componentry. Okay, boomer. And that's the problem. You get these young punks, I'm a young punk to a 110-year-old, but you get these people out there, the Dunning-Kruger crew, just thinking, no, I believe in the marketing, I believe in Specialized marketing. And Specialized is a marketing company, okay? And I love Specialized products. Some of my favorite bikes are, sold by Specialized, advertised by Specialized, but it's just the new stuff the new road bikes from the big brands, as I've, on repeat, broken record, are just not as fun to ride. They're not as enjoyable to ride. I ride because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel better. And I love the feeling of a road race rim brake bike. It just, if you know, okay? And I tell everyone out there, ride the latest shit. Ride the absolute most expensive stuff you can get. And, and you'll then ride a Tour de France level bike from the yesteryear, Ultegra 9, 10, 11 speed, even DR2 or mechanical, but properly tuned with proper tyres on there, not some old crappy tyres which are fine for commuting and stuff, but in terms of performance feeling, GP 4000 or a Veloflex, one of those tyres, or some FMB tubs or whatever, like ride stuff like that on the test bikes, and then you understand, damn, now I know what Duran Rider's on about, okay? It's like, these new guys out there who are riding, and it's great that people are out there riding a bike, don't get me wrong, I'm just trying to make this better for everybody out there, I'm trying to get people addicted to cycling versus go, oh, my bike's in the shop again because the SL7 Fort recalls are gone again and just blah, 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 blah. All my E-tap shifters are dead, I've got to buy some new ones. Or my 12-speed Durace keeps dropping the front chain and gouging out the carbon on my, Athos or whatever. It's just, that's not what we want, man. Cycling's already dangerous enough, with the crashes and stuff people take and the risks and the dark-coloured fashion that people wear, so they wonder why they get cleaned up. Well, inattentive drivers easier. It's, or dear. Let's make cycling more sustainable, more fun. Okay? When you make something fun, you take care of motivation. All right? And these new bikes ain't fun, man. They're not fun to work on. they're ask any mechanic who's honest, mate. Like, yeah, these bikes are fucking a nightmare to work on. There's no entry down here. Let's go and check it out anyway. It's just the deal, all right? So, no entry. No entry to road disc, in my opinion.